Welcome to my top 10 comic book covers for new comic books getting ready to come out on October 23rd, 2024. I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. If you love daily comic book content and you like me helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy, why don't you consider hitting that subscribe button? So yes, guys, we got the top 10 comic book covers, plus we have the variant section, and then we have the results from last week. So it's going to be a fun show. So let's get started. Kicking off the countdown with number 10, we got Venom War Carnage. This is issue 3. This cover is done by Ken Lashley. This is a pretty cool cover, man, as you get to see Carnage doing battle against the very well into the future Eddie Brock, also known as Meritus. And I love seeing symbiotes fight, and when it's done well, it looks very good. So I thought this one was pretty awesome, with these two just battling out each other with extended arms and over-exaggerated teeth and smiles and tongues and saliva all over the place. So if you guys want to see this win, make sure you vote in the comments section below. It's only one vote per person. You can vote on a main cover and a variant cover when we get to that point. So make sure you're descriptive of your vote as well, so I don't have to go back, because remember, there's quite a few comments here that I have to keep track of. So just a few house rules here. So on to number 9. And grabbing that number 9 spot goes to The Moon is Following Us. This is issue 2. The main cover is done by Riley Rosmo. So I like this cover because it gives you an insight of both worlds here. We got the main character, which I think her name is Samantha, where we get to see the top half of her in her warrior mode. And then you get to see the bottom half of her in like home world. So this gives you a little bit more of an indication that these people are living two lives, as you got hinted at towards the end of issue 1. And it's like, man, I want to go into this journey. I want to see what happens and how they got into this whole thing to begin with. The facial expression is very much intense as well. She's got all the weapons and she's fighting the bad guys on the top, and then just on the bottom you just get to see a normal like house. So really cool cover. If this one is your favorite, let's make sure you vote for it. Landing the number 8 spot is a pretty good one here. We have Void Rivals. This is issue 13. Now, this main cover is done by Lorenzo De Felici. Hopefully I say his name right. But this one has Pythona on here. And if you guys ever watched the G.I. Joe movie back in the day, she was one of the main characters from Cobra Law, right? Another I want to say Cobra entity that worked with Cobra Commander, right? And you weren't introduced to these guys until that movie. And what is her connection here to Void Rivals? Like, nowhere in any stretch of the imagination did I ever think that she was going to be in this comic book. So just her presence alone on the cover will pique your curiosity, especially if you're from, you know, my generation with G.I. Joe and Transformers and all that stuff. And it just continues, you know, this Energon stuff just continues to deliver. I love the facial expression here, the soldiers by her side. Man, I can't wait. Coming in at number 7, we have the Avengers issue 19. Main cover done by Valerio Schiti. This cover is awesome, man. When it's blown up, it looks better than I could ever imagine. It actually has a bunch of different Avengers characters on there, all in different poses. Their facial expressions are very nice. Their body sculpts are nice as well. The cool thing is like in the horizon, you get to see Dr. Doom overlooking everybody with that menacing face and mask. And then behind him, you get the glistening sun, you get the stars. It just looks great, man. And if this one is your favorite, let's make sure you vote for it. Number 6, we got Absolute Wonder Woman. This is issue 1. I know a lot of people are excited about this one. And this cover is done by Hayden Sherman. This is a pretty cool cover, as you get to see obviously a much different Wonder Woman here as she's flying above the city in her winged creature, whatever that is. Who the hell knows, right? I love the trade dress. It looks very cool as it starts off with this white and it kind of goes into this ombre red. You get to see another comic book with a horizon or a sunset in the background where the sun is setting, or it could be rising behind you, right? And we just get to see Wonder Woman with that cool facial expression. They made it a thing to show the reader. She's got these cool tattoos and she's got armor on the other hand, you know, hair flowing through the wind and whatnot. Pretty cool looking cover. If it's your favorite, you know what you got to do? That's right, you got to vote. Now we move on to the top 5, and number 5 is The Incredible Hulk. This is issue 18, main cover by Nick Klein. His artwork is definitely missed when it's not in the interior as well. But this comic book cover is great because I love his gigantuan freaking over-exaggerated Hulk. I mean, this thing is ginormous, right? Look at the size of his arms, the veins popping out of his neck and everything. He's got that long hair, and I like Charlie in this one too. She's standing in front of the Hulk. She's got like her, I don't know, is it just a stick with some freaking chains and maybe some barbed wire wrapped around it, right, in the hoodie? But she does. She looks like she wants to, you know, she's ready to fight, and I like that. I think Nick Klein's artwork is awesome, and whenever he does an Incredible Hulk comic book cover, it looks absolutely phenomenal. Number 4, we have Alien Romulus. This is issue 1. This main cover is done by Linnell Francis Yu. This is something that would be a cool movie poster, right? Traditional alien creature. You get to see the insane side view of it, the monstrous teeth, the drool coming from the mouth, right? And then you get to see the cover. It goes from red to some white, representing which would be blood. The monster also has these crazy like fangs and like I said, like claws and just all kinds of insane stuff. Absolutely love this comic book cover. The aliens are very menacing. It reminds me like of an early day of like Venom. It's like maybe Venom was inspired by Alien, right? So cool cover. If you want to see it win, make sure you vote. Top 3. Number 3, here we go. We got Army of Darkness Forever. This is issue 13. The main cover is done by author Saddam. And this cover is great. Like, if you've ever seen the original Army of Darkness movies, right? We get to see Ash who, you know, gets his hand chopped off in the movie and he uses a chainsaw for his hand and he does battle against the skeleton armies and stuff like that. So this is old school stuff, right? And I just love his facial expression here as he's, you know, slicing and dicing these skeletons. You get to see the freaking eyeballs popping out all over the place, blood gushing everywhere. One skeleton's cut in half, like his skull. It's just a really great looking cover, him doing battle against overwhelming odds. So if you want to see this win, make sure you vote. Coming in at number 2, we have Rook Exodus. This is issue 6. Main cover done by Jason Fabok. Just an absolute delight to look at this comic book. There's just a lot of things going on in the cover. Anything from the trade dress to all the different characters. Here we wind up getting to see Rook doing battle against Urshaw, who is the main villain in this comic book. And this is the first time these two are meeting up with each other. We get to see Direwolf, who is on the ground reaching for that rifle. Will she get it? Will she won't? It causes suspense right off the bat, right? We do get to see the crow in the background, which obviously Rook can control. Will they have will they assist Rook in the battle there? There's lasers in the background. There's just all kinds of explosions. It's just, there's a lot here. So if this one is your favorite, make sure you vote. And remember, guys, after number 1, we are not done, as we do have 5 variant covers that I'm going to showcase, and you'll get to vote on your favorite variant cover. But my number 1 main cover for new comic books that are getting ready to hit store shelves this week goes to DC Horror presents, this is issue 1. This cover is done by Tyler Crook. Now, I can imagine what this cover is going to look like in your hands, right? The digital image probably doesn't do very much justice, but this cover is sick because it has Superman all wrapped up in this weird twine, right? And whatever's going on, his skin is like melting from his face. You get to see that he is in complete terror. His teeth are like protruding out. It's just absolutely gross and just grotesque. And also what's kind of cool is the trade dress in this comic book cover as well, as you get to see like this holographic DC Horror, and you get to see knives within the O's there. So I thought that was very creative as well. But whatever can turn Superman into this, holy crap, I would like to actually read that story, you know? So really awesome stuff here. So if this one is your favorite, let's go ahead and let's vote for it. All right, so now you're entering that variant zone. So here you go. If you love the variant comics, first one I'm going to showcase today is X-Men. This is issue 6. This is the Rogue Antonio Doom variant. So we got another Doom cover here as we see Doom reaching for Ileana as she was going through her porthole, and she didn't outsmart him this time. He outsmarted her, grabbing her by the neck and just choking the life out of her. I thought that was a very cool cover, very dark. If that one is your favorite variant cover, make sure you vote for it. The next one we're talking about is The Flash. This is issue 14, cover B, done by Dyke Roon. This is the cardstock variant. This is very cool as we get to see Flash, who looks like he's like in the Speed Force and he's going so fast you can just barely see the buildings, you know, on the side of him. But the way he's drawn is really cool. He's got badass muscle definition, right? Great stuff here. If this one is your favorite variant cover, make sure you vote for this comic book cover. All right. And then this one is great. This is just a funny one. This one goes to Grommets. This is issue 5. This is cover B, 1 in 10, Brett Parson variant. As we get to see the kid who's hanging out at the pool, you know, there's a party going on. If you read the series, he's been wanting to kind of, you know, have this girl as his girlfriend or whatnot. And I'm thinking that this is the girl, and she decides, hey, let's go skinny dipping. And his face is just priceless, right? So I love that right there. It tells a story in itself. And then we have another Rook Exodus. This is the variant. So this is cover B, also done by Jason Fabok. So if you're a Dire Wolf fan, you're going to love this cover as it showcases that character on the cover itself, rifle at hand, as you get to see her wolves in the background. We get to see like the motorcycle vehicle like thing that she drives. Beautiful cover overall. And if that one is your favorite, make sure you vote. And then we have a final variant cover here, which is Absolute Wonder Woman. This is issue 1. This is the Midtown Comics Dan Pasonian connecting variant. So even though this is a connecting cover, it still showcases the character very well. And I love how we get to see the lightning in the background here. And we just get to see just, you know, same thing. Like, she looks like a rough and tough character. And I love the sword. I think this sword just totally makes her a complete badass. I love like the armor on her shin guards and on her knees and overall, and it just makes me like want to read more of that character. So if this one is your favorite, make sure you vote. Okay, so we are not done yet, as we got to give you the results from last week. So first we'll tackle the variant cover, and our winner from last week, can you take a guess? Goes to Batman and Robin, the Alex Ross variant. So congratulations, as it pays homage to Batman issue 1. So I thought that was really cool. And then our main cover winner for last week wound up going to From the Abyss. This is issue 4. This one was done by Lee Bermejo. An absolutely exquisite, just such a beautiful awesome looking cover overall, as this creature is just going after this girl and she's screaming for bloody murder, you know, and you already get to see the blood all the windows, and just, oh man, it was a great cover. And there you guys have it. There are the top 10 comic book covers for October 23rd, 2024, some random variants, and the results. Did you guys like the video? Let me know in the comments below as well. And if you love the content, there's always more content right here for you to click on. And of course, guys, remember, support the local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always read your comics so we can have great comic conversation. Guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'll see you real soon.